Welcome back to Bike Focus Reviews, your go-to destination for raw, real, and rider-focused motorcycle content. Today, we're diving deep into a machine that's both legendary and rebellious, the 2025 Harley-Davidson Iron 883. If you've ever wondered whether Harley's classic street bruiser still holds up in a world of electric innovation and high-tech dashboards, you're in the right place. The Iron 883 has been an icon for years, but does it still earn its street cred in 2025? Stick around because this isn't just a surface-level rundown, we're breaking this beast down from chrome to clutch. Legacy of the Iron, a rebel's DNA. What happens when tradition collides with evolution? That's exactly the question the 2025 Iron 883 forces us to ask. At first glance, it still carries the raw DNA of its predecessors, a low-slung frame, peanut tank, and blacked-out aggression that screams, "Don't mess with me." But make no mistake, Harley has fine-tuned the Iron 883 for a modern audience. The soul of rebellion is intact, but now it's a little sharper, a little smarter, and arguably, more refined than ever. It's a nod to the past with one foot planted firmly in the future. Design and aesthetics, stealth meets style. Blink and you might miss the subtle design shifts, but if you look closer, the 2025 Iron 883 tells a new story. With matte black finishes, minimalist LED lighting, and tighter panel fits, this year's model feels stealthier, leaner, and more ready for urban warfare than ever before. Within 15 seconds of laying eyes on it, you'll get the feeling that this isn't just a bike, it's a statement. The low profile and muscular stance continue to turn heads at stoplights, but the refinements in detailing push it into a sleeker, more premium zone. Engine and performance, the heart of the beast. Here's where things start to pulse. The Iron 883's tried and true 883 cubic centimeters evolution V-twin returns, but it's not exactly the same. Harley's engineers have managed to squeeze more mid-range torque and smoothen throttle response, making the 2025 version feel tighter and more responsive. Twist the throttle, and within seconds, the rumble through the handlebars lets you know this machine still breathes fire. The iconic potato idle is still there, but it's been acoustically tuned to sound less brash and more intentional. It's not just noise, it's voice. Ride quality, cruising with grit. Jump on the saddle, and the Iron 883 greets you with familiar firmness. But here's the kicker, this year's suspension setup has been subtly improved, making city potholes and highway undulations slightly more bearable. Don't expect a magic carpet ride, this is still a Harley, built to communicate the road beneath you, but the 2025 model makes longer rides more tolerable without diluting the rugged experience. The low seat height gives you a confident, planted feel. If you're under 6 feet, this bike will feel like an extension of your body in under 10 minutes. Handling and control, confidence in corners. You might not associate a Harley with agility, but think again. The 2025 Iron 883 surprises with a nimble chassis and tighter steering geometry that encourage you to lean just a little further. Take a hard turn in city traffic, and within 15 seconds you'll realize that this isn't the lazy cruiser you might expect. Yes, the foot pegs still scrape when pushed, and the lean angles are modest, but for an urban runabout or a weekend canyon chaser, the handling is far more intuitive and refined than its legacy might suggest. Braking and safety, stopping power with attitude. Let's talk about what matters when the unexpected happens. Harley's beefed up the front and rear disc brakes with better bite and less fade on the 2025 Iron 883. You won't mistake it for a sports bike, but it'll stop fast enough to earn your trust in city chaos. Within the first 15 seconds of testing it, you'll feel the improved feedback through the lever, linear, predictable, and confidence-inspiring. ABS is now standard across the lineup, making this Iron just as smart as it is strong. It's safety without softness. Technology and features, simplicity reimagined. This bike isn't loaded with TFT screens or riding modes, and that's by design. But Harley has added just enough tech to keep the Iron 883 relevant without betraying its minimalist ethos. A refreshed analog-digital cluster gives you essential info like gear position, trip meters, and fuel range. There's also Bluetooth compatibility via Harley's minimalist app, letting you pair your phone for basic functions. Within 15 seconds of riding, you'll appreciate how Harley balances analog charm with digital sensibility. It's tech that doesn't scream, but whispers exactly what you need. Ergonomics built for the streets. Hop on, and the Iron 883 still fits like a glove. Mid-mounted controls, low bars, and a narrow frame create an ergonomics triangle that feels custom-built for city riding. You won't want to cross countries on this bike, but for bar hopping, cafe cruises, and downtown commutes, you'll be smiling within minutes. Harley's made some minor tweaks to the seat foam and bar angle, which you'll feel within the first 15 seconds of your ride. It's not luxury, it's utility, served with a side of swagger. Fuel economy, grit meets practicality. Let's face it, Harley riders don't usually obsess over miles per gallon, but it's nice to know the 2025 Iron 883 is surprisingly frugal. With an average of 51 miles per gallon, this brute can stretch its tiny 3.3-gallon tank to over 160 miles on a calm ride. You'll feel the savings at the pump, especially if this is your daily ride. Within the first week, most riders report fewer gas stops than expected, giving this machine some unexpected commuter cred. It's rebellion with a touch of responsibility. Customization potential, make it yours. The Iron 883 has always been a blank canvas for self-expression, and 2025 is no different. From solo bobber conversions to blacked-out club-style builds, this bike begs for mods. And with Harley's expanded parts catalog, you could start customizing right out of the dealership. In fact, you might spend more time on Harley's build-your-own tool than on Instagram. Within 15 seconds of envisioning your perfect setup, the Iron 883 makes you believe it's possible, and then dares you to go even further. Target audience, who's this for? So who should buy the 2025 Iron 883? If you're a first-time Harley rider, an urban outlaw, or someone chasing a stripped-down, no BS cruiser with personality, this bike checks the box. It's not for tech chasers or touring kings. But if you crave soul, style, and an old-school ride wrapped in a slightly modern shell, this might be your forever bike. Within your first 15 seconds in the saddle, you'll know if it's for you or not. That's the power of presence. Competitor comparison, how does it stack up? Let's be real, there are other cruisers in this price range, Yamaha Bolt, Indian Scout Rogue, even the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. But here's the truth, none of them carry the cultural weight the Iron 883 does. Within 15 seconds of hearing the V-twin bark or catching your reflection in a storefront window, you realize the Iron isn't just another bike, it's a lifestyle artifact. It may not beat its rivals in raw spec sheets, but it wins where it counts. Attitude, legacy, and street presence. Final verdict is the 2025 Iron 883